Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Veronica Brandon Miller.
And I'm Kelly Davis Strasbaugh.
And this is Goodwill, Minnesota's Good News,
where we get to share with you some of the good that's happening in our community.
And there's a lot of good.
There's a lot of good.
A lot of good.
A lot of good. So we have a great show planned today, as always. We have two great organizations represented here today, Project 180 and Red Lion Jobs, who we work with both of these organizations. We're really excited. We want to start the show by telling you that when you donate and shop, you help us place people in jobs, and we want to thank you for that. As always, one of our really exciting programs that I love talking about, I'm just jumping right in because I'm so excited, is our Tech Connection program. You've heard of our Tech Connection program, right, Veronica?
Actually, I have. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Good. So there's our fabulous logo. If you go into our newest store at Lakewood Ranch, it's we call it our Ranch Lake store. There's a whole area where you can find computers, components, gaming systems, games, anything to do with technology. We have it all at that one store. So that's a really exciting thing that we've been able to do. These are some of our fabulous employees. They take your donated computers and systems. They do a 3-path DoD wipe. It stands for Department of Defense. It's like setting fire to the hardware like 3 times. It's fabulous. They're just great.
Yeah.
And we take that, we have a grant through, we are a licensed Microsoft registered refurbisher. So we can take those computers you donate, we can wipe them clean, and then we can sell them with the Microsoft Digital Literacy curriculum. Boom.
Man, that was great.
Thanks.
And actually, recently, I want to do a shout out to Steve Boone, a wonderful, wonderful board member, and his company, Boone, and Coda, down in Venice. They donated how many?
There was, I think, 500 pounds of technology, basically.
Which was wonderful. And again, every time you donate, you're actually touching someone's life and changing it. And through our Tech Connection, we partner with many organizations, making sure that we can share our refurbished technology, but also everyone's able to come into the store in Lakewood Ranch off of 70 and 75, and it's like store within a store,
it's
and
beautiful.
Purchase all this
it's
stuff.
Beautiful. And we're really and we're also diverting items from the landfill. Before we didn't have a way to do that, and now we can refurbish them. So it's just a really neat way to show our commitment to not only employing the community, but also bringing education with the digital literacy and helping keep the environment green.
Yes, so when you're thinking about, oh, what should I do with my hard drive, you can feel comfortable knowing that we will wipe it clean,
Safe and
totally
secure.
wipe it clean, and help provide a job because of it.
And
So,
you can go there and they make great gifts.
yes, they
For
do.
the technology person in your life.
Yes.
Not me.
The techie.
I'd rather have clothes.
Yeah, so anyway, and now we're going to start the show with 2 fabulous ladies, just like Kelly mentioned. We have Barbara Richards from Project 180 and Jennifer Smith from Red Lion Jobs. So thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us on the
you.
show.
Oh.
It's a great opportunity.
We're
Yes,
excited.
it is. So I know how wonderful Project 180 is.
Yes, you do.
But I want everybody to know.
Fantastic. Shall I tell you about
Yes,
it?
yes.
Okay. Project 180 is what I like to say, it's a horse of a different color. And I bet you can imagine what color that is.
Orange.
Yes, it is. It's orange. What we do is we give aid to individuals in orange. So if you've watched Orange is the New Black, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about individuals who are incarcerated and are coming back to our communities. We deliver a couple of programs in the prison system, financial literacy course and also workforce education course we call the CEO program. And both of those courses are successful because we have wonderful volunteers who come with us to the prison and address men and women who are about to be released. And I'd actually like to talk about our Orange Aid campaign as well,
Sure.
because Orange Aid, spelled AID, is where we give Orange Aid, the beverage, which we make, to guests who stop by, individuals who stop by either Whole Foods or McCurdy's. We've had great success at both of those locations, had a lot of fun giving away Orange Aid and talking about Project 180. So we'll be doing that throughout the year, and individuals in the community can also have their own Orange Aid stand to benefit Project 180.
Love that.
Yeah.
Orange Aid stand.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really want you to focus on, because some people think it's controversy. Oh, you know, I don't know someone who was incarcerated, I don't know what to do. Let's face it, people, how many are coming back into the community on a yearly basis?
From the Department of Corrections, throughout the state of Florida, we have about 30 to 35,000 people who are released every year.
Every year.
And it actually is surprising that most people really do know someone who has been involved with the criminal justice system. Nationally, 1 out of every 32 U.S. adult residents is either incarcerated or on probation or parole.
1 out of 32.
It's
Yeah.
a staggering number.
So someone in this room right now, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But I want everyone to know that this program that Barbara's talking about, they're coming back into the community anyhow.
Anyway.
So wouldn't it be great for the community to come together to help stop and break that cycle and have them, and exactly what you provide is to bring them back into the community, self-sufficient
Right.
and tax-paying citizens.
Exactly, so that they can reintegrate into the community safely for everyone, not just themselves, but for all those around us, everybody in the community. When someone comes back and their reentry is not successful, that means a crime has been committed and there's victimization. So we want to make sure that, number one, the first thing is that these folks find jobs, which is why we deliver our workforce education program in the prison system. And all of the people that we work with in the prison system will be getting out within 6 months. So we want to make sure that they can be successful and hit the ground running. We send a lot of people to Goodwill, to your Job Connection, and we think you're a fabulous program, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You've helped us a lot. And then we also do something else on the outside, which is we have a lecture series every year. And that's in April, May, and June. It's usually the first Friday of the month. And this coming year, we have something really remarkable happening. We reached out to Dr. Mary Jean Creek, who is one of the world's top scientists in the research of addiction. And she's coming down from the Rockefeller University to be our keynote speaker to launch our series.
Wow.
So we're really excited about that. That'll be April 1st. No fooling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then our second, we have a 3-part lecture series. The second one will be a panel of former offenders who are going to talk about their lives, their histories, what sent them into prison in each case. It had to do with substance abuse. And then the third lecture, which will be on June 10th, is going to be with Jane Dwyer, who is a professor at Florida State University and also spent 6 years inside for, I believe it was called DUI manslaughter. And she has gotten out, she's turned her life around, she is a nationally renowned speaker and just an awesome person. So we're very excited about the Strong Voices lecture series. And I'd just like to give credit where credit is due, because this is the lady who actually thought of having a lecture series in the very beginning, and it's been one of the most rewarding things for me personally and professionally.
Well, I
just wanna thank
believe
you.
everything that you do. It's, like I said, no one else has this program.
There's nothing like
There's
it.
nothing like it. And this program is actually a model and a role model for not just the state, but for every community, and how a community can come together. Like it says, turns lives around, and it does, because it's and I can never get this word, recidivism.
Recidivism.
Is that?
There you go.
What she said. So,
Recidivism.
yeah, exactly. But stop it. Stop and break the cycle.
Can I tell you a story about
Yes.
someone we
Love
helped?
stories.
We started a pilot in February, which we're testing, and it's gone really well so far. We picked one man up at the prison gate in Bowling Green at Hardy Correctional and brought him back into the community. We gave him a choice of 2 places to live, took him out for lunch, got him some great food, enrolled him in actually helped him apply at one place of work and took him to another, where he actually found a place to live through the employers who are also landlords. And he has been out clean and sober, working, has a wonderful relationship with a lovely woman, and is giving back to the community by volunteering with Project 180. And it is just a remarkable story. We actually call this little program that we have going concierge reentry, because we also take them, to medical appointments and make sure they have transportation. it's just so rewarding, and these folks are so wonderful. And this is a man who just turned 46. He's been in and out of prison for 24 years of his life.
His entire life.
Adult
Essentially,
life, yes, he has.
His entire adult life.
Right. And he made the decision that he wanted never to go back to prison. He wanted to do the right thing, and he has been working so hard to make that happen. So there are success stories. There are people who really want to make it work, and I'm very proud of this gentleman.
Oh, that's fabulous. And
My goosebumps have goosebumps.
talk about bringing the CEOs into the prisons.
Okay. Actually, that's a great opportunity for people to volunteer with Project 180. We take CEOs, hiring managers, workforce agency specialists into the prison. We were actually just there yesterday. And they speak to a room full of men who are going to be released within 180 days. Just by coincidence, it's 180.
Wow.
It was interesting yesterday. We walked in and we were waiting for a bunch of other guys to be brought over from another part of the prison. And so the CEOs were sitting around, we were kind of talking to all of the guys, and there were a couple of guys who obviously did not want to be there. One, in fact, even said, there's no reason for me to be here, I want to leave. Well, by the time the first person got up and began speaking, the first CEO, who was Nancy Krongold of Nancy's Barbecue,
Which we love.
here, which is the most awesome barbecue in the world, the entire room was wrapped. And what the CEOs do is they give helpful hints, practical advice, insider tips on how to find a job in their industry. And the guys eat it up because it would be a boon to any job seeker to have just an insider view of how to get a job in a particular industry. And they come up afterwards and thank all the CEOs, and it's very moving. It's wonderful for the CEOs too. So if you want to be a CEO, let us know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, like I said, it's very dear to my heart. And I want everyone to talk about your website, because if you're thinking about making a donation or volunteering, you go to
project180reentry.org. On Facebook, we're at Project 180 Reentry. And we're on the Giving Partner. We have a wonderful profile there, thegivingpartner.org. Search for Project 180 Sarasota.
Yes, so you can see how lean this organization is. They have one paid staff person.
And my salary is actually covered by a private donor for 2015 and 2016. So your donations go
100%.
That is
to
awesome.
our programs.
100%.
That is
So
awesome.
think about this.
And I'd love to give just a thank you to everyone who participated in the Giving Challenge, and all the donors, the people who put it on, and our wonderful board too. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And we're talking about how wonderful helping people get back into jobs. Jennifer Smith from Red Lion Jobs, you put people in jobs too.
We do. We do put people in jobs. We, Red Lion Jobs was started by a husband and wife who thought, well, we are ready to retire. And then the husband looked at the wife and said, no, there's still more good to be done. And so where Red Lion Jobs was born. We're a year and a half old. We served 30 clients in our first year. In serving them, that means our mission is to help them get the job and keep the job.
Exactly.
So we help them learn how to one-on-one coaching, learn how to dress, fill out an application, fill out an online application, and if you've ever done that, I even get lost in them sometimes. Learn how to do interviewing skills, and then bring employers to partner with us to hire these individuals. So this year we are now up to 325 individuals in the last 6 months. So the great thing about what we do, and there are a lot of agencies that put people to work. The key to our component is we do a lot of one-on-one, which is time consuming. However, our success rate is 85% to getting them to keeping their employment over 90 days to 6 months. So it's very, very successful.
And that's the most tenderest time, because, oh, I can't deal with this, I'm done. But by having that one-on-one, you're giving them that emotional support on top of just helping them find a job so they stay in the job. I love it. Love it.
So I like to say, if you can think about the one or two people in your world that have mentored you, and each one of you can think of that right now. That's what we're there for, is to help that individual, just mentor them. I say 80% of our job is just encouraging and reminding people that they can do it.
Right.
Success, you heard this said a little while ago, that success is not as much the act, but success is a feeling. And so many of the individuals that we have, for one reason or another, have been told they're not going to work. Oh, you'll get a job, but you won't keep it. You have barriers, and those barriers are too, humongous to overcome. And we're also, one of the things we do is we teach the individual how to overcome their barriers. So we believe in teach them to fish, and then they can fish for themselves later on. So we kind of try to work our way out of a job. So we teach them how to advocate for their own barriers in an interview as well as on the job site.
And you have success stories.
I do. I actually have a
success
wonderful
story.
success story. So I've been doing this for about 20 years. And I had a case that I kind of adopted, as this executive director. And I had worked with him for about 6 months. And a lot of what this is about is everyone has that thing that makes them want to go to work every day. I know what it is for all of you. So for 6 months, I worked with this individual, a couple times a week. And I could not put my finger on it. It's frustrating because, 20 years, I'm like, what am I missing here? So I was able to meet with one of your staff, and I communicated the job that he wanted was in IT. So we were able to take him down to what used to be the IT department for Goodwill. And the room is, very small, but lined with computers. And you would almost think you had dropped this person into heaven. I couldn't get this guy to talk to me for months. We'd have conversations, and it was just so difficult. And he gets into this room, and this whole different personality comes out.
Wow.
And it just made me feel like I had done my job. And he still works in the IT department
At Goodwill.
At the Goodwill.
Yeah, he's actually in our tech connection, and I actually just spoke to him the other day, and he's a chatterbox. I don't know, if that's just a job, but he was telling me all about computers and everything, and I understood half of what he was saying because I don't know anything about technology. But it's a great partnership. He's such a valued employee.
And we still, our program provides services for 90 days and up to about 8 months. But we always say to everyone, for employers as well as the job seeker, once they're done, we still work with them. I just talked to our partner employee last week. And coached him through some things, and he's just has become a real confidant and has really explored his talent. He's worked in some other fields, and he hadn't found his fit. And so a lot of what we do is say, okay, this is what you did. Where do you want to go now? And he worked with marine animals before. So this is a completely different shift for him. And he really didn't know how to find that type of job. So we helped him, be able to.
Now he's around the opposite of water.
Right.
He is.
Get it? Anyway, so how can people use your services?
Well, you can come to us and ask for services. We do have a website. It's www.redlionjobs.org. We are on Facebook. And you can, we have other partners through the Department of Education. You can also come to us if you have a youth. We serve age 15 to, I think our oldest client was 82.
Wow.
Because everybody, there are a lot of seniors that are going back into the workforce. And there are also a lot of youth that are going back or going into the workforce and learning how to get a job. So you could go to our website, and you could also call us at 941-807-2821.
And you just hit, when we were talking about barriers, there is an enormous amount of people forced to go back into the
Right.
workforce for survival. And a barrier is you might not have worked ever or in 20 years, and now what do I do? So having that one-on-one and sitting down and, like you said, being an advocate, you understand the barrier, you're going to overcome the barrier and help them find permanent placement.
Yeah.
I love that.
It also helps, because you guys have the job leads, you work with organizations like Goodwill, you know who the second chance employers are if they need it, and it's just neat to see that there's so many advocates for employment in our community. Who is I know you said you have a wide age range, but who is like your typical client? Like who do you see the most in the community? Or maybe who would you like to see more of?
We work with a wide range of population. So we work with people like professionals who have gone outside and they've gotten into a car accident and they no longer can do the job that they did. We work with individuals who have traumatic brain injuries. We work with individuals who are on the autism spectrum. And really a big piece of what our job is, okay, so you came from this situation, let's encourage you to see where you can go next. So we love working with any individuals. We work with people that have, some come out of prison or come out of jail, and, trying to kind of really find out, okay, this happened, but what were things that weren't addressed before this happened that we could address and then re-engage in a different way back into the community for employment?
Yeah, because there's probably a reason they couldn't keep a job, and it's finding, because we do that through our job connection, it's finding out what's going to make them successful and giving them the tools, and I love that. And I love that your success rate is 85%. That's crazy awesome.
Yeah.
So really, congratulations.
I love that success rate. I'm kind of proud of it.
And you said you have 300 people that you're serving now about?
Yes, we're over 300. I just ran the numbers this morning.
Wow.
That's
300.
awesome.
So for a year and a half being in existence, I'm very excited.
It's so funny because, you're so new, but I feel like I've heard about Red Lion Jobs forever.
Yeah.
So
True.
that's always a good thing to hear, right? Oh, I've
Yes,
never
it
heard of
is.
you guys. Just kidding, I have. A lot. So.
Yeah. Yes.
I love it.
And so let's say the website one more time.
www.redlionjobs.org.
That's simple enough. And we
Red
can-
Lion Jobs.
Red Lion Jobs.
I love me a red lion.
And more important, I hope we just made a connection here too.
Absolutely.
So
We're all about connections.
again, helping the community. That's what we love to do.
We're matchmakers.
Yes. And speaking of matchmakers, well, not really, but we're going into fabulous finds in 5 minutes.
I think we actually have 5 minutes today.
Yeah.
Pretty excited. I don't know what to do with
I know.
myself. Okay, so we're going to put our fabulous guests to the test. So we're going to show you 2 pieces of furniture, and I always say they look exactly the same. They don't look exactly the same. So we have some fabulous pieces of furniture at our store that you can see here. These were at our Ranch Lake store, so I'm pretty excited because that's a newer store. I like to draw attention to it, and of course we have great stores all around the community. So ladies, if you had to choose, which chair with accessories do you think cost less?
Do we have to collaborate on this? Or
No,
do
you
want
can
us
work together,
separately?
you can work
What do you
separately,
think?
you can try to
Yeah.
compete.
I think the one on the left.
know what, I
what do you
really
think? Maybe.
Yeah, because you don't know if it's
on
like
the
real
right.
leather,
Would
is it
cost
faux
less?
leather,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what do you
which
guys
costs
decide?
less.
Well, we have a difference of opinion, so we're
That's
not
okay.
collaborating now.
Okay.
That's fine, that's fine. There's going to be a winner and a loser.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So, Barbara, what do you say?
Well, I think the chair on the left probably costs less.
Like the fabric chair,
yes.
Okay, and Jennifer?
The one on the right.
the one on the right.
It's funny, you never asked me.
Veronica, oh, well, they already, sorry.
And I
You
was
lost your shot.
right.
You were right? You were right. So, yep. And I always tell people, because I even forget about it, I'm an accessories person. I love brightly colored pillows, throws. I have like 1,000 different blankets around my house. I'm always cold. So I always tell people, go to Goodwill because we have really nice pillows. The other day I was shopping and I saw pillows and they're like $20 for a pillow and up. Does that not just make you mad?
Oh, when you go to a regular
Yes.
store.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
know.
not a Goodwill. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
But I'm like, $20 for one pillow.
It's a pillow.
I want to buy 10.
I know.
That's $200. That's the only kind of math I can do.
For the price of 3 pillows at the store, you can get a whole chair.
That's what
I
I'm
know.
saying.
Well, that's what I was just looking. $62 for that leather chair and those 2
Well,
pillows.
it was faux leather. I had to point that out. But
Doesn't
nobody's
matter.
gonna know.
No one's gonna
you don't
know.
You don't have furniture snobs
You
at your
just
house
saved a
every day.
cow.
You can sit on it. Oh, goodness. You can sit on it. It's comfortable. They're already broken in. I mean, you know what? What do you
And the
got to lose?
paisley on the other side doesn't match everything in your house, so go with the faux leather. Yes.
You don't know my house.
Okay.
Just kidding. So we have beautiful selections of pillows. I just can't get over them. And we have great furniture. I always tell people shop and shop often. Things move out of the store. We're all about full and fresh inventory. So if you see something you like, you have to buy it then. And it's great for impulse buyers. Not so great for my husband, sorry, babe. But it's great to see what comes through, and we get amazing items. We talked about our white glove service before on the show. We get sometimes whole housefuls donated
Yeah,
to
and
Goodwill.
remember, we have residential pickup.
Right.
Residential and company pickup. If
So-
you want to donate large items and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get this there, just call 355-2721 and residential pickup will come to your home.
We're gonna come make it as easy as possible, and we're gonna take that gorgeous chair that you're donating, those fabulous pillows that you had last season that you don't like anymore, you're gonna donate them to us, we're gonna sell them, we're gonna take that money, we're gonna put people to work, we're gonna create jobs, we're gonna help veterans,
Yes.
we're gonna do all this great stuff in the community, and then someone else is gonna buy them and have a beautiful new home decor selection. I just get really excited when I talk about home decor.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I could
I
tell.
just love it.
But more importantly, you're putting people in jobs. And again, talking about jobs, you know, I love, Barbara, what you're doing and helping people have a second chance in life. And it might be their third, fourth, or fifth, but whatever it is, you're changing lives. And thank you, Jennifer, because you're actually changing lives too and making people have permanent employment. Because if you don't have employment, you don't have a roof over your head or you have food on the table. So
Can't shop.
and
You
they
can't
can't
shop.
shop.
Thank you for pointing that out, because it's very important.
Jobs provide dignity.
So much dignity.
Exactly.
The dignity of a
The
paycheck.
Dignity of a paycheck. So
I love it.
it's
So
great.
that's my fabulous finds in 5.
Yes.
So I hope you guys will go rush out and check out our furniture selection.
I will, and next time have some orange stuff in there, okay?
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Orange pillows, orange
Orange-
chairs.
And red. That's a great idea.
All right.
Orange and red. It would be like a fall theme. And you said you're wearing Goodwill.
I am.
Oh.
Shoes and my shirt. I had to.
And how much did you spend?
$3.
Great. Great.
The shoes were $5.
Why would you not shop at Goodwill?
Anyway, we hope you join us next week where we have another wonderful story of an employer from RSS and helping Tommy,
Yeah.
who was a homeless youth, find a great job. I mean, great stories. That's why we're called Good News. And we hope to see you next week, 9:30 on SNN.